I have been on a very deep um, mission of the Dark Night of the Soul, and it has taken me about 6 months totally, but to finally close out these old cycles and to start beginning new ones. It's been about 4 months, something like that. You guys will know from where I was videotaping before to now. Ugh, and it's still closing out. This one is taking a little bit longer, but I know with the inner work that I've been doing, meditation, using my crystals and tarot cards that I had just got 3 months ago, and really, really listening to my spirit guides and trying to cleanse out everything that could have been blocking anything to do my deep healing on all levels. It has been a tremendous help. Um, Things are only getting better. Even though they may be perfect right now at this time or in a comfortable situation to where you may like, whew, excuse me, don't give up because those are just old energies playing out to the end, and they will eventually totally dissipate. And then other ones will come up that you still need to work on. So just, have patience with yourself for the most part, because that is probably one of the most best things that you can do in trying situations and times. So, I don't own the rights to this song. Um, it has been very, very trying to the point of, still playing out that bullying effect in my life and being pregnant as this is going on. So that's what makes it a bit more complicated on my end. And then trying to find the patience not to react in the way you could possibly react to that situation and defending yourself. So, and trying to let karma do what it does, and you know, just seeing, people, places, and things for who they are and letting them be to where it doesn't affect you is crucial. It is important. That is something that you will have to definitely learn to guide yourself through. Um, what else? Me going through all of these transitions along with my children. And I could say probably family is the most complicated, and not knowing who they are, where they came from, and not understanding the spirituality of it. Saying that they do, but at the same time, contradicting themselves in how they treat you and aspects of respect. So that has been complicated for me most recently. My son it just came out this year about how his dad has abused him, how multiple boys have abused him, girls bullying him, whether they be family or not, and how it's affected him, um, and how he is a straight reflection of me when I was coming up and no one was showing, or they had limited respect towards my mother. And I had no respect for them at that point. And I was just like, whatever. Like, you can't tell me nothing. What you're totally displaying is non-existent. It makes no sense for me to respect this grown person, and you're not um, displaying the respect you want me to give to you. So it was very complicated for me as a child. And then being whooped for it too was just like repetitive, because I understood some really basic concepts. I don't own the rights to this song. So, in trying to get my kids to balance out in themselves and being in someone else's home space, and their home space is not the up to the utmost part, and then them not taking the blame for what and being responsible for what is going on in their home, and then trying to compile that on top of you and what you're going through, it just makes things more complicated. So be patient with yourself. Take time out to try to love yourself the best way you can, in frugal ways. you know, having 3 kids and 2 on the way is probably not the easiest for me or anyone else to adjust to, especially me being high risk. That's definitely not being respected at this aspect and point. It's trying to be pushed off as, oh, I'm not validated unless I have a doctor's note. And even if I have a doctor's note, it's like, oh, well, if it happens, it happens. And it's not being made to where it's appointed that my priority is a priority. But priorities I take in other people's and their aspects of their life is important to me. And I make that attempt and that point to do so. So when you don't get that same aspect back or perspectives back, it's frustrating to say the least. So be patient with yourself. Um, there are so many different things you can do. I spend a lot of time uh, going into positive videos, going into, not experiment, experience videos, people that have been gone through the same thing that I've gone through, or could guide me through with the best knowledge that they have. Um, a lot of my content I post on my Facebook. So if you would like to know more of the personal content that I've been going through for the past months, that is on Facebook. I have not made time for YouTube to post it on here, unfortunately. But I'm going to start doing that like every day, if not once or twice a week. But we'll see how that goes. I don't own the rights to the song. So um, it is just a challenge in itself, and you growing within yourself and giving your kids the same aspect, and breaking free of systems that don't serve you, all of those rolled into one. And then you have people telling you, oh, well, that's not right, you don't need to do that, you need to do this, like putting my kids back into school. It's not going to be um, functionable for me, because I've had body pain in the past that did not allow me to get out of bed. Uh, and of course, instead of them dropping my children off to me, they would rather call CPS. So I'd rather not deal with that and all the other extra things that I've had to deal with, or my son or my daughter has had to deal with at school. Not to say that they won't have to deal with those things, but on top of that, all of the harassments that children have had to go through, or teachers have had to go through with terrorism, kids not being heard that are actually out lashing out in violent ways. I don't want to expose my children to that. And I'd rather them, take that within themselves and be self determined to educate themselves, to help others educate themselves and have that same self determination at their ages, at age 12, 9, and 2 years old at the moment. Uh, Along with myself, I'm 32. So I would love for these things to continue to better. It's easier for us, it's functionable for us. And like from the outside looking in, it's just like there's so many things that can be changed in this world that have just been made perverted. Every voice deserves to be heard, and that is a definite value of sustenance. So I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not backing off, and just to. And I love it when I get those people. They're like, well, how are you getting on your vitamins? It's like, hey, there's a lot of fruits and vegetables that you don't even know or are aware of that you can get all the nutrition that you need. There's things you can do, like the B16 or B13 uh, IV drip, because it doesn't go directly into your stream for your body to absorb it. There's all kind of different things that you can do to heal your body and to continue in a vegan lifestyle that is most beneficial, and to absorb the minerals directly into your system. Gold, platinum, iridium, copper, copper externally for the most part. I've never heard of anybody injecting yourself with copper, but the copper for protecting your skin on the sun, they all have benefits. They all have nutrients that everyone can benefit from. So it is a prudent lifestyle for mental health. It's a prudent lifestyle for stability, for health, wealth, and abundance. Um, and that's pretty much like the blunt of it. The hardest part that you're going to go through are the dark nights of the soul. Things that you're not being responsible for, things that you're blaming other people for. You know, that's easier than being responsible for it. And once you become responsible for it, those are things that are going to become old cycles that you expunge from your life to bring on newer cycles, healthier cycles, things that you want to experience for your life. Excuse me. So, bringing on those more positive experiences and healing from old traumas. I'm a big listener of Teal Swan, uh, Infinite Waters, Aaron Dowdy, Victor Dobbs. Um, I'm a big listener of multiple, even Eric Ho and many more. Pretty Boss TV, um, in quirky ways. Also Star Puppy. So I have a lot of different, and then House of Oshun. I have so different many channels that I listen to. I've subscribed and watched their videos. Has helped me progress through my dark night of the soul, and has been made the experience a lot more easier, and not giving up, and just being an inspiration to my kids, even though it has not been the most perfect or easiest way to go through things. It just had to happen. and regardless of how people talk to me, try to put me down or try to stagnate me and make me be stuck in things that just are not perceived to me anymore. Building my self confidence even more on top of having what I already had has just been tremendous. It has been awesome. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the new me. I'm loving the new glow. I'm loving the, how can I say? I'm loving the, just the light. I'm loving the light and the energy that is coming out of me and that is within me, that is of me, and that is only going to get brighter. That I refuse to put out for anyone. So, for me coming from being so terrified last year to being open and expanding and going within, deeply within, finding out more of my spirit guides and who they are and how everything was in divine order. It was just that me and my twin flame had dark nights of the soul that we were both dealing with at the same time. So it made things a lot more chaotic than what it could have been. And especially if you are more than willing to work on it. And I've always been a person that's been determined, hey, if there's a problem, let's solve it. If there is anything that we could possibly do to make anything better, let's do it. And that's me. And even going into the unknown about everything has been the challenge that I opened myself up to even more. Just to resolve things that I never understood. And for everything to come full circle, to be open more now, like, I can't explain the happiness and the joy and relief that I have now. Like, just can't. So I thank you guys and appreciate your patience and going on this lifelong journey. Please go add me on Facebook and I will accept you so you can look through the history of those breakdowns and coming back up and just the roller coaster ride that I've been through. So just so you're not alone and you're never alone. Your spirit guides are always there to help and support you, to send you that loving energy. Your tribe becomes your vibe. So never give up, no matter how ugly it may seem or be. It gets easier with little action, little effort. The more you go within and do that ugly work that you don't want to even peek at. So you guys be well, blessed, keep your vibrations high, inspire others, inspire yourself, love yourself. Look in the mirror every day and say you are the best thing that ever happened. And the more you do that, the more you will find your life purpose and who you are to become and to be. And you will feel so much happier and complete within yourself that it wouldn't matter what anybody says to you in a derogatory way. It would not matter. So, peace, love, happiness, and spiritual growth to you and everyone else. Be blessed.